God.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to this kirtan convention on the Monday, the day after the Radhadesh Mellows. I think we all had a very wonderful time these last 2 days, and I just want to say that I saw that most people really had constantly a lot of smiles, especially in the last kirtans, and everyone was dancing and everyone was happy, and even those who had to leave early because you get tired at 2 o'clock in the morning, they still left with a smile and they were happy, and it was wonderful. We saw a lot of waves of ecstasy go around, and when I say waves, we even had some real waves going in this corner at some points.
Waves of bhakti.
Yeah. It was very nice. It was very entertaining in a way, but it showed that everyone, even those who are, let us say, technically on work and on duty, they're having as much fun as all of you over here that were maybe able to be more focused in the kirtan. So I want to welcome everyone to over here for this Monday. We're going to have within the next 2 hours some kind of a small seminar led mainly by Maharaj. I will be joined by a few other devotees that might say 1 or 2 things. The purpose of this seminar is to, it's nice to have a 24-hour kirtan, but it's also good to leave with something, let's say, even more productive in the end, some philosophy or something for the mind. Because after 24 hours of kirtan, everyone purifies himself quite a lot, and we're actually more open to hearing, and to hearing better what might be said. I think if Maharaj said a certain point on Friday and he said it on Monday, we'd be much more open on Monday to understand it and to accept it for ourselves. So that's the reason why we also hold this, is that it's a good way to finish this small, let's say, festival weekend. So last year we had we started last year with this system, and it was more based last year on getting a lot of the European devotees to connect together and to possibly build up some plans and how to promote kirtan and different festivals throughout Europe so that everyone can know. This will come up later, back to that, and we'll show everyone where we have gotten so far. But today we're going to be more focused on the holy name itself, and especially the relationship with the holy name, how it's very, very important, and Maharaj is going to guide us, of course, into this and give us probably some practical clues to leave after this weekend. So I don't want to space out a little more, so I'm going to give the words to Maharaj now.
Thank you, Manu.
Thank you.
Very nice
really, let
introduction.
us thank Manu. He is the mind behind the Radhadesh Mellows. To do this every year, and a lot of love for the real essence of Radhadesh Mellows, which is just praising Krishna for 2 days straight. And another great thanks goes to the voice of Radhadesh. This is Krishna Das. He gives us the microphones and the sounds, and even if we lose it, he will put it a little higher so that it's still there. And another great thanks goes to our Vince Prabhu and his this very talented Mayapur TV team. Vince, would you be so kind to identify our young talented technician? What is her name again?
What's your name?
Vrindavaneshwari.
Vrindavaneshwari, Radhe, Radhe. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Vrindavaneshwari. And Santusha, the new star in Mayapur TV. You should put the camera into your face. And also a lot of thanks to all our internet audience. It really means a lot that you are here with your mind. I don't know if you know, but if someone just thinks of you, he is in some ways present in your life. So all of you internet devotees, I shouldn't say internet devotees, but devotees on the internet. I hope you are not internet devotees. Devotees on the internet. It is very, we feel you all here in spirit. Thank you so much. All right, so I think you want to tell us what happened since last Kirtan convention, after the last Radhadesh Mellows. This was started and we made some decisions and some positive developments that happened.
Yes, Hare Krishna to everyone. I don't know how many of you were here last year or watched over the internet, but last year we tried, like Manu Prabhu said, to connect everybody in all our efforts, which we are doing in presenting Kirtan here in Europe. And we had some nice stories, life stories, which were shared by Madhava, by Amala Harinam, and by Chakrini and other devotees, how they got in touch with Kirtan, what Kirtan means for them, and how they wish to engage more and more in Kirtan. And then we all felt together in this room, okay, let's do something together about this. And we felt that creating a web page which will connect all our efforts in one space and then advertise them would be like the next very practical step towards this. So with the kind help of Nimai from the Pandava Senas in London, then Manu Prabhu, Krishna Kirtan Prabhu, and Bhaktin Barbara, who is a graphic designer, we have developed, everything is prepared. Like Maharaj said yesterday, you're going to find out where we are going to advertise things. We are all a little late in our movement, but we just prepared to show you the design for our page and what it's going to be like. As you can see on our homepage, we are going to have just like random pictures from some events. Then here are going to be highlights. Next 3 bigger events are going to be highlighted. And then next dates on the right side, and here just some welcome words. Then we will have the next, it's going to be the big calendar, because the main point is that we see month by month and also country by country. So it will be 2 calendars. One will be where monthly you're going to see all events which happen around Europe. And then if you are living in Great Britain, for example, and you would like to find out about kirtans in Great Britain, then you go on that country and then you see only Great Britain. And then we will have a gallery with many pictures from different events. And then the kirtan team. Here you can see our Madhav. Here on the right side we have already some names like Amal Purana or Amala Harinam Purana, Chakrini, Janavi, Madhavan, Nadyamani, Sachinandan Swami, and many others who are going to be part of this. And then an event template where you can kind of alone announce your event, and it's going to be updated automatically. So everybody who's going to be interested in advertising the events, you're going to be able to do this through this page. And this web page, we are just in the process of programming and putting it into the web space. So we hope that it can be ready in February, end of February, and then we can start from the beginning of March. So, and the name is Kirtan Family. We don't know if you're going to keep that name or I Love Kirtan. We're still thinking about this, but if you all kindly leave your email addresses here on this whiteboard, then we will inform you what the name is and which address, and then you're going to be able to visit it and put your events on and so on. So this was done from last year, and following to that event or Kirtan convention, devotees have expressed a big desire to hear more how we can connect to Krishna or with Krishna through Kirtan. So they have invited Satchidananda Maharaj this year to give us this short presentation. And yes, you also heard yesterday, we're having many 12-hour Kirtan events throughout the whole year, next year, and they're all going to be advertised here. And let's see what will be the third year and how much we're going to progress. Now I wish to give the word to Satchidananda Swami and the other devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavani Vaskatyari Satarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My dear devotees, I have something to share with you which I feel is of profound importance to make the kirtan, which we do, a kirtan which really touches the Lord's heart, and a kirtan which touches our heart and the audience. I personally feel so enthusiastic about this particular point because it changed my whole attitude to the holy name when I was fortunate to discover this by the mercy of my exalted spiritual master. I'm going to talk today about really that switch which can make the kirtan connected kirtan, and when you don't find this switch, there will be a power cut in the kirtan, it will be disconnected, and there will not be so much light in the kirtan. Just like this morning, I asked Santusha, the building looks still so dead. Can you find the switch, please, to put some light in the building? And she went, and there was a switch somewhere there. She turned the switch, and all of a sudden, zoop, Prabhupada is in light, the deities are in light, the whole building is in light. So the kirtan is something like that. In kirtan, you don't need to find the switch. Then, when you find it, everything is full of light, full of life, and most important, full of bhakti. It's all about connecting to Krishna during the time when you do the kirtan. Now, I will speak about this. It will be a little philosophical, and I know that the baby who's with us will not be able to understand it. So I request the mother to do some more interesting things with your baby. Otherwise, the baby will there are 2 babies, yes. You are also getting some interesting program outside of the hall. Yes, please take your babies outside and engage in there. Wait until the babies are out. Not out, are well engaged, I should say. And please don't just carry them out, do an interesting program with them. Good. My dear devotees, there are 2 bandhas, 2 connections. We all here in this world have a deep connection with the material energy. Maya is much more present in our thoughts and in our whole planning than we wish it to be. Our minds are bound with chains to the material energy. And because the mind of the conditioned soul is so absolutely connected with the material world, it is so difficult to concentrate while you do kirtan. Again and again, the mind runs to the material thoughts. Why? Because it is chained there since time immemorial. There is this interesting example which I tell during the retreats. It's about a scandal which happened in India when a circus burned down. Fortunately, when the fire spread, all the elements, all the animals could escape, except for one animal, the most strongest animal, the elephant. The tigers could run away, the giraffes, the horses, but the elephant could not escape. When the insurance company came and investigated, they found out that these elephants who were burned down were only bound by a little string like this to a plastic pole. And everyone asked, why were they burned? Why could they not flee? And it was investigated that when the small elephant was caught in the jungle, a baby elephant, and separated from its mother, the captors bound it with an iron chain to a big tree. For 1 whole week, the little baby elephant tried to escape until the leg was streaming with its own blood. And then after 1 week, it gave up. From that week, from that time onwards, the little elephant baby could be bound with a little rope like this. Why? Because the chain, the iron chain, was in its mind. And when the fire broke out, the iron chain in the mind kept the elephant bound and was the cause of its death. We all have such an iron chain in our mind. It's called conditioned existence, which binds us to the repeated cycle of birth and death. When you don't cut this chain, your spiritual life is theoretical. I want to tell you a surprise. Do you know that Kaliya, who was defeated by Krishna, was a devotee? That's why Krishna didn't kill Kaliya. Kalia had been initiated by Anantashesha into a Krishna mantra and had therefore the eligibility to live for a long time in Braj. He lived there, says the Bhagavatam, for thousands of years. He was a devotee. Otherwise, how would other devotees have married him? Do you know that Kalia's wives, the Nagapatnis, were great, great devotees? It comes out when they pray to Krishna at the end of the Leela to save their husband, because they saw that Kali was slowly becoming humble. First they thought Krishna should just kill our husband, he's a nonsense. But when they saw that by Krishna's treatment, by Krishna's dancing on the hoods of Kalia, Kalia became humble. They said, please save our husband. He was good. He was a devotee, Then, at the end, Kalia prays to Krishna a beautiful shloka from the Bhagavatam where he confesses how difficult it is to break that inner chain that, I will now say a word which you all know, that conditioned nature. He said, "Oh my Lord, it is so difficult for people to give up their conditional nature, by which they identify with that which is unreal. Maya is unreal. The samsara, the fires of samsara, they are not real in terms of the spiritual eternal reality. But we are so attached, we are so connected to it. And when we sit down for kirtan, sometimes in the beginning we notice we want to run away from the kirtan. Our mind has done it many times. So therefore Kalia says, my dear Lord, I can't change. I was even fighting against you. I was poisoning your devotees with my poison. I'm so bad. You are the only one, Krishna, who can grant freedom from this Maya. My dear devotees, it is for this reason why we do kirtan. We glorify Krishna. And Krishna, seeing our sincere efforts to glorify Him, comes in the form, this most merciful form of the holy name in our lives and in our minds. The question is, do we let Him in? This is the whole question while you do kirtan. Do we let Krishna in? Do we allow Krishna to work His miracles? I like very much how Madhva introduced his kirtan yesterday. You may notice he said, we need to now go deep into that place in our heart and connect with the holy name, and then it will come out. This is proper kirtan. If you don't let Krishna in, if you don't connect with Krishna, my dear devotees, the chain will not break, or your conditioned nature will keep on giving troubles to you and all your aspects in your life. This connecting with Krishna is very, very nicely explained in one verse which I would like to find for you. Really nice. Krishna. Krishna tomar hanayadi bala ekabara Maya banda hoite Krishna tare kare para. One is immediately freed from the clutches of Maya, the iron chain. If he seriously and sincerely says, "My dear Lord Krishna, although I have forgotten you for so many long years in the material world, today I am surrendering unto you. I am your sincere and serious servant. Please engage me in your service." This is the meditation through which you can connect with Krishna. In kirtan, and you sing, you chant, "Please engage me in your service." Now there is one devotee who sleeps and who is not yet connected to the subject. Madan Mohan Mohini, would you be so kind to very nicely say Hare Krishna? Hello. Yes. When we are asleep, we cannot participate in what's going on. We are not there. In kirtan, when we remain asleep, and that means being not connected while we sing kirtan, we are just not there. It is we are somewhere else. And my dear devotees, in all yoga paths, the main point, the essence is that while you do this yoga practice, you are absolutely absorbed in the object of this particular meditation. When you do Krishna kirtan, the idea is, the success of your kirtan is, are you absorbed? When you are not, then your kirtan yoga has not happened. The connection, the union is yet to come. So in this little talk, before we have invited a very, very powerful devotee to talk about the kirtan revolution in a moment, I want to really teach you 3 steps, internal steps, which help you to get connected. But I must first convince every one of you a little bit more on a deeper level on this point of Sambandha. There was once a great devotee in Vrindavan who knew that Krishna wanted him to become as a teacher and not just do bhajan for himself. So before he started his life of a teacher, he came one evening to the riverbank of the Jamuna. That's a good place to pray, by the way. And he prayed to Krishna. My dear Krishna, I know you wish that I connect souls with you, but I feel I can't do it. And the other feeling I have is that how can a conditioned soul who is so bound by his conditioned nature ever connect with you? How is it possible that a little frog makes friends with the president? It doesn't, with the king. It doesn't. They don't speak the same language, and they don't eat the same food, and they don't sing the same songs. It's so categorically different. How can I connect people to you? And it's said that when Yamuna Devi, who is a great devotee of Krishna, hears your sincere prayers, that Yamuna Devi will answer your prayers in a wonderful way. Keep this in mind if you ever have an important project that you need to pray for. Go to Yamuna Devi. So Krishna then appeared in his threefold bending form. This devotee could see Krishna with a dhoti which was like a flesh, the color of molten gold, and which contrasted to the glossy means shining body of the Lord, which was exquisitely beautiful. Especially his face looked as beaming as the moon, and the hair was going on his face, and the devotee looked at the Lord's face, and he could see the earrings swinging back and forth and putting further light on the cheeks of the Lord. Then the Lord smiles, and